Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody. To the nation's 50 million crypto holders, I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto up as I'm doing this video. But remember, guys, we have options today. So I do see a slight pullback. I'm doing this video very early. So like I stated, I do see a slight pullback this afternoon. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. Remember, we're the only game in town on the weekend. Now, we have yield rates right now down as I'm doing this video. We have the dollar up. We have volume and crypto up, and we have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $303 billion. And make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. Now, we had the mainstream media just a few days ago calling for emergency cuts. And then, guys, of course, the market starts to move up and nobody's talking about the Fed. So we know how quickly things change. And then we had Jeremy Siegel come out and say, oh, no, we don't need any type of emergency cut. Remember, guys, this is all theater. You can't make this stuff up. But, of course, the Fed always says 2% inflation is the go. But we know if those drums are beaten or whatever crisis we may get, that's going to be out the window. Nobody's going to care about inflation. Nobody's going to care about what rates. The sheep are going to be focused on the actual distraction while the NWO runs the money in the back door. Remember, guys, it's time to build this fourth industrial revolution, and it's going to take 3 to 5 years to get it built. And when they're done, you'll have 15-minute cities. You'll have machines take over the economy, and the sheep will be inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs As I'm doing this video, like I stated, I'm doing the video very early. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale scheduled to be up. But like I stated, I definitely see a pullback. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have JP Morgan remains cautious on Bitcoin moving up. And we know the indicators that we need to watch is China, the BRICS, and then also Japan. They're about to flip the switch on the fourth industrial revolution and allow these digital assets to rise. And when you're looking at tokenizing real estate, you're looking at smart contracts, you're looking at now you can have signatures on the blockchain. So guys, there's absolutely nothing that these machines can't do inside the current workforce. That's the reason why you have to go back to the creator and start creating. They don't use the word creator for any reason when it comes to social media. You have to go back using your imagination to make your own lane. And especially when it comes to these kids, you have to start re-educating, because it would not make any sense for them to have the mindset that once I finish school, I go get a job. No, you need to be creating while you're in middle school, high school. So therefore, you're working on your own. You've already laid the foundation for your success. And lastly, speaking of laying the foundation, we have Trump Jr. pushing crypto, pushing DeFi. And guys, we know this is all about adoption. Anytime you have a famous figure talking about crypto, everybody who wasn't worried about it, it wasn't on their mind, now they're actually looking it up, see how they can invest. And then you have Trump talking about using Bitcoin to get rid of this $35 trillion debt. And people in his age class are also going to be doing research, asking the kids, asking the grandkids on how they can invest. And this is how you push adoption. And we're not talking about majority of the masses. We're talking about hardworking people who have those pensions, those big 401ks, that older generation that has the money to put into these digital assets. Now they're going to be doing research and investing. We know the sheep are distracted on things that don't matter. They can care less anyway. But Trump Jr. speaking about DeFi is not for any reason. Again, he went back to the narrative that the big banks push you out. And that's the reason why you need to move over to digital assets. But guys, we know the big banks and big corporations were behind Bitcoin and crypto from the beginning. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. Because that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Basak. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
Cryptoteacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books, is time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York. From COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.